Wait. is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Never, ever, and an inordinate amount of time passed.
An awareness creeps up.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was...
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Yes, your one disco mother. There's this giant ball there. And you can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. Infinitesimally small. Vying for resources. Yes, you love...
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to... You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie, with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot... You hear a jingle. It says, whirling in. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows it. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window, a fine web of scarring, more likely a projectile that it is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other. The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. mirror hang. Hot water sprays from the base. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that really, or recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Okay, turn the mic on.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it. Behold.
Horrifying.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens. You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something.
Okay, it said just to leave that alone. So I can hit tab and like make these little outlines appear so at least don't miss anything. Can I read what I pick? I can, yeah. I just hate listening to my voice sometimes, so I just feel like a little baby. So I've been advised to leave these dots alone just for the moment. Okay, we gotta come out here and get our shoe. I know it seems weird, but just bear with it for this, just for the moment. I think like they like are rushing me into getting a perk where every time you click on those little bubbles, it gives you experience. So they want you to like go get it all with this perk. Ignore the woman, head downstairs, walk all the way to the guy in orange. Get ignored,
Hello,
lady. I don't have
officer.
time. I don't have time for this nonsense. Kim, my good boy. Oh no, I have to sneeze. Mute the mic.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket
Nice.
is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone.
Cam's waiting for
You.
someone.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself to
What is
death's
that?
way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
That's cool. I don't think we want. Well, I mean, the only thing we could replace this. Double team is really good, believe it or not. It is. This is like one of the.
Like Combine sucks. What's our strategy?
So what Calm Mind does is it makes it so like this doing 90 damage. Maybe you use Calm Mind and think of this as like 115 damage afterwards. So if you are ever like in a situation where you don't immediately need to do damage or something, maybe like the enemy uses a spell where you can't do damage for like a turn or two and you just have a downturn. You don't see that very often yet. So you might later as you get. Sometimes you have like a downturn where you just can't do something. Maybe if they use dig or fly, like I was saying, like they're gonna if you can't. If
Okay.
you know they're gonna fly and you need
You think we shouldn't get it at all? Okay.
I don't see the tactical advantage on like because I was like
Okay.
at least Calm Mind
Yeah.
technically does something, prevents foes from using moves known by the user.
I don't even. Yeah, I
So,
don't even know what that is.
That would be like if you're in the only way that would be useful specifically to this character is if you were against a psychic, and then in that case we're not even really relying on this character to fight the psychic. Someone else should kill the psychic, you know. Oh, that's Pelipper, isn't that kind of cute?
Yeah, it is cool.
Oh, it's very cute. I'm sorry.
On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back,
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
you realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative.
Okay then.
Thank you.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look
Sorry,
at the
what's
coroner's
wrong?
case.
I can't hear it in my headphones that bad.
Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge?
Excuse me.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
If you're like putting the order into something, then if they're doing their cantina items, the crispy chicken taco, but as a soft taco, and then if you could sub out the chicken for beef, those are like fairly reasonable. They're like better than the gordita price, I feel like, and they're pretty good. And then if they're not like too crazy, maybe just do 2 of those. But if they're like closer to $5, I don't know. Let me know. They shouldn't be more. I'm expecting them to be like $3.50 or $4 maybe. Now talk with the woman in the wheelchair.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Oh, and I have to tell you the options I'm picking, you said. Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
I'm no
You're a
sweetie.
handsome
Look at me.
man, officer, with your mustache
do that
and your
first.
chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
So, since the time doesn't go anywhere, I'm going to look up what this word means. Esprit de corps is a French term that means group spirit. It also means good morale, comradeship, like camaraderie, and having a shared purpose. So, like, the urge to be with the boys, I guess. The urge to be the boys. It is the boys. In ethereal form. The concept of the boys. Past, present, future, the boys. Oh shit, I'm too fried. What am I supposed to do? I did 111, I think.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. I drank so hard, I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
The Whirling in Rags cafeteria. It was on my keys.
That's right. And where
my
is the
head hurts.
Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
You see, that's why I have no idea.
We're in the city of Revachol, dear.
She flashes you a worried look. Okay.
Yes, and Revachol?
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you?
Her gray eyes
Revachol
widened.
is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
Most
I
beautiful
haven't
city in the
seen
world.
very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Sure, it's the year 973. Bless you.
You're joking. Try again, one more time. What year is it?
Bless you.
There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead.
Bless you.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control. under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
Well, if there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
Fuck. Was that option 2? Or 1?
But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break.
I think this will be 3 and
Besides,
4.
I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
There's no option for 2, so it's not that.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
I've got to get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Yes, please. Sounds great. Just trying to think. Dude, why doesn't, for all the people adopting weird foods and stuff, I guess specifically Taco Bell, why don't they make like a cinnamon milkshake, like a churro milkshake or something, man? With their little cinnamon twists. Like they could just like grind up, they have so many bags of those cinnamon twists, they could just like crunch them all up and then make milkshakes out of them. That would be so fire. Someone alert Taco Bell immediately. Closing down the VOD or deleting the VOD. As long as the view count stays at 1 or 2. Oh god, it's at 2. I hope we have it open on 2 devices. GG. Okay, so we did that. Get a reality lowdown. You have no idea where you are. Lena encouraged you to ask others to the world, explain the world to you in greater detail. Perhaps try a rich person. Rich people are educated. Clean. Now head outside through the west door. Go north at the tree all the way up to the pier. Holy. How do I get out of here? Let's just go up this side of the hotel building thing right now. Oh, there's a bird, but it just doesn't really pique my interest quite all the way yet. Just for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and just casually save, just in case there were to be somebody, like, trying to ambush me up here. Okay, they don't make me talk to them. Oh, this is super weird to just walk past all of these. I'm sure I was fucking this up before. Quick saving. Who's this lady on a sailboat? People with sailboats are rich.
Leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Oh, this lady seems like she might have money. Continue.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce
She lifts her
L.
hand in
Messier.
greeting.
I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview.
I think we might be the
I should let you
RCM.
know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Wow, so Kim already has our back at this point. Whatever we've done so far in the game has convinced him that, like, we're not having a like mental breakdown and we're not lying, but that, like, we seem like genuine enough about our amnesia, which our character actually does have, because I mean, he doesn't know anything and we definitely don't know anything, so nobody knows anything here with at the wheel. So that's cool. He's like vouching for us officially to someone like this. I feel like that says a lot.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
You're on a boat, Ken. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
Fair enough. Tell me something else.
She nods.
How about, you seem smart. I need someone to give me the lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality.
She pulls her hood closer around her neck. She's like, I'm about to get fucking stabbed. I got so drunk, I forgot literally everything.
What?
She chortles, nearly spilling her tea. Of course, she held tea. Oh, I see it in her hand now. She's got tea the whole time. So casually leaning. What a badass. What the hell? It says to me, you as an old lady, just leaning in your fucking sailboat, drinking tea, controlling the world economies. Okay. I went on a 3-day bender and now need you to explain the world to me.
Such an acute encephalopathy just doesn't seem possible. Surely you're joking.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Osquay, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, we're in. I
Holy
know these
crap,
all
they believe us.
look good, but begin with the first, okay?
We're in Martinez, baby. Martinez is a district of Revachol.
I know,
A very
I want to say
small
that too.
district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock.
I think I got the vibe. She's just like saying it like Vegas, baby. You know, like it's a saying. Martinez, baby. Just push past it, just pressed for relevant information.
You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Okay, that's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
And what kind of city is that?
The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory. Beyond patriotism. A fact.
What makes Revachol so great?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
They built this city. They built this city to resolve history. And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connected tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're pretty much at the center of the world.
Oh, we're quite a way off. About...
She points across the water, where the skyscrapers rise.
A sparkle of lights on the horizon, like morning stars above the curvature of the planet.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Ole.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Where are we?
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
That's the most corporate thing I've ever heard. You're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
Guyana. Not Guyana. That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Thank you. That's all for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Oh, that's what you meant. Is that so? Okay. I think the game starts at 8, so we're at 8:53 with the perk that we wanted. So I feel like that's probably a pretty good time. Like, I'm sure it can be done cleaner, but you'll now have the gem review rated X and then Arcane 3 times. So these are our stats up here. I did start the stream. The mic wasn't on, but you can go back and peek at things if you ever want to see it again. But we didn't. We just created our own character. We gave starting 3 stats on everything, and then we increased our perception by 1, which is in the motoric section. And then we don't really know what exactly these are, but there's a ton of them right now. And jamais vu derealization. It's going to take us 3 hours, 25 minutes to research it. Name after name, and none of them is familiar. They seem real, but something is wrong. You feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. You can almost see your hand reaching out for these ideas, scratch at the corners, see if they peel loose. This feels like the most important of all the thoughts, the one you must truly you must complete. We're going to internalize it. As time will only pass during dialogue, not when in menus or just sitting idle. It's dialogue or moving, assumedly. The thought cabinet is similar to the skill tree in that we occasionally unlock new thoughts to learn, and once finished. Wait, I think I did. Why does it say active? Because I have both of them. That's weird. So we don't really know what it does quite yet, but internalizing it is going to let us research it. So once it's done researching, that's when we'll find out what it does. But we do already know what it does. That's great. In that it's whenever I click on these little white dots with green rings or whatever color rings they have, currently it'll just give me like a little trivia of information, but once we get this done, it'll actually give us experience, which is kind of like there's a finite amount of experience in this game. And so we've been actually like intentionally not clicking on things and stuff to try to min-max that. Casey, Tracy. I mean, I feel like they probably, that wouldn't surprise me that they get that a decent amount, right?
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Wait, but I don't just like know that. I read that. Someone else put that on the internet. Just don't be too impressed or whatever. Wait, time isn't even going by while I walk around. Oh. So as long as you just aren't interacting with anybody, there's not really anything happening. Wait, so... Sitting just outside the hotel is a woman in yellow next to a wheelbarrow. Okay, it's not this girl. It's this girl up here.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
They said go 2,
Of
3.
course. I won't hold you back.
She wipes her brow with the canary yellow
No
glove.
gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
One more thing. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
She hands you the gloves with no visible annoyance. Thank you. Clean. +1 interfacing. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Oh yeah. Back inside the hotel next to you. Oh my gosh, really already? Who's this guy sleeping on the freaking countertop? A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads "Wild Penis," or oh my gosh, "Wild Pines" encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait.
You've just picked out
Use
magnesium.
to heal your morale.
It heals the blue stuff.
Damage.
Nice. What is that blue stuff?
That's good. Is there extra other books of purples?
It's blue raspberry with black cherry. I'm so cold.
It needs to be like, it's good and everything.
Is there a pause button where it
Yeah, time doesn't go forward if I just sit here. Or I can literally just pause the game too with the escape room.
Do you want your food now? I can wrap it up.
No, we can eat. I'm ready. Wait, take this with you. Two.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
I'm gonna steal his ID.
Your fingers find their way
Easy
into the
clap.
shackle. Flick it open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook.
And the man?
The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick.
Does the lieutenant see me? Wait, so I just said to him, I said, I took his pills, and then, no, the stealing was number 4, so now I want number 1.
No, he's looking the other way. Perhaps purposefully.
Clean.
You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore.
Swipe through the pocketbook and take what's inside.
You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says 5 real. It feels nice and greasy. You don't really know what this is for, but you get the feeling notes like these are super important. You should keep it. The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent.
Clean. Okay, I'm coming. Oh, I got to turn off the mic, I forgot. Good party. So if just give me some feedback on how loud or quiet I am. I need to readjust it. Probably like something like this at least, right? Like no. Maybe like this. I don't know. Probably is gonna have to go back up louder. Okay, so head back outside and down to Kim's vehicle.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you.
Kim, what are we looking at? What is this machine?
This is the Kupris Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like.
He nods at the cabin.
Motor carriage, motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat.
This must be what woke me up when you arrived in Martinez, the infernal noise.
Yes, sorry about that. The Kupris Kinema does have a rather distinctive engine sound.
He says it with very badly concealed pride.
Look around, let's take another look around the cabin.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A metallic drill slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
What is this small building? Oh wow, there's a lot going on in here. Let's talk to this guy behind the counter.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly, known as Bird's Nest Roy.
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
I said, sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Look at the collection, look around. This business plan is all over the place. You should specialize, zoom in, recapitalize. Yeah, basically what we know so far is that there was a murder, and that's really it. It's like hanging in a tree behind the hotel. We're gonna get there soon to take it down. But I think the game is, there's like an emphasis on, even like outside of what we're doing, there's an overall emphasis in this game of like doing everything at your own pace because of the weird way time works. You can like move around and the time doesn't go by, you know, it's like very different.
It keeps me entertained.
He responds, unimpressed with your snobbery.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Electrochemistry. You might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
It says speak authority options 3, 4. That was like the you might be able to help with our investigation was number 4, I think. Now head outside and back towards the pier. But it didn't tell me to.
I do my best to keep my distance from
Yeah,
all
it had
manner
a-
of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
It had a low chance to succeed, but it was also kind of weird. It's like it was asking about drugs, so it's not the persona I think we wanted to display in front of. I don't remember what this guy's first name is right now, but something I do actually like independently remember is that because there's kind of like a day and night cycle. Like when the evening time hits, we kind of split up. This guy is like, you know, because we are police, so he's like our partner during the day, but in the evening time, he's not actually with us. So it's best to be on our, like, you know, pretend like he's a real coworker, you know, like you don't want to, like, you wouldn't be like, acid in front of like all your coworkers or whatever. But when you're by yourself, you can kind of explore more rogue options or renegade options.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Oh, I was supposed to say I have other business to take care of now. My bad. Oops. Past the tree bench. What is this? Give me this. I wasn't letting that shit pass me by. Is the music too loud, or it's supposed to be one of the important parts of the game, or whatever? You know, it's supposed to be one of the like supposed to stand out. There's not a lot of other things happening in the meantime. Past the tree bench, and you'll see a yellow canoe. That's not a canoe, that's like a small boat or whatever. Yeah, it's a robo, right? That's a great way to put it. Stop, stand here. And walk up to the door below the guy on the second floor. Okay, I thought this was like a blockage right here. There's the body hanging.
It's been
Yeah.
a week and now they show up?
Yeah, the kid's like fucking with the body, and they're being a little bit of brats. We might have to discipline them later.
Can't get involved in this.
Head through and walk up to the door.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette.
Badass kids.
His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. Why are you whispering? It sounds like you're already in
There's
trouble.
no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice.
Sorovoke.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if
that
that's
is.
okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks, adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
You know, that's like so interesting. Like, the game starts, and the first thing that once you talk to this guy, the first thing you agree on is to go take down the body, because when you talk to him, he's like, oh my god, the body's been there after a full week. People are going to be like so disappointed in us and whatever, you know. So like essentially like the story tells us to go take down the tree, the body out of the tree immediately. And yet like here's this whole scripted interaction with this guy in which the body has clearly not been taken down from the tree. You know, like they had to probably like code just like so many freaking different versions of everything in this game. Can't even imagine.
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, when I get distracted, I lose count. I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something
Last
down.
week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead houseplants litter the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing.
Okay, give me a name. Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Isn't that the name of the city? The city's name is Martinez. The city's name is
Martin
Martinez.
Martinez. Good local name. Let's go with that.
Alright, we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
Oh, rhetoric failure. Oh, crap. Yeah.
You see,
Not looking for any trouble, officer. There's no trouble. I don't want to be...
don't let him go.
Is it really...
Like a nerve.
All right, but make it quick. I'd even go so far as...
We will remove...
Oh. No, not...
And when?
Last week.
You didn't answer.
It was my...
Hey, he doesn't.
My name?
Martin Martinez. You see,
Not looking for any trouble, officer. There's no trouble. I don't want to be...
don't let him go.
Is it...
Like a...
All right, but make it... I'd even go...
We will remove...
Oh. No, not...
And when did...
Last week.
You didn't...
It was my...
Hey, he doesn't.
My name?
Martin Martinez.
So much for a quiet smoke.
You see,
Not looking for any trouble. There's no trouble. I don't want to be...
don't let him.
Is it...
Like a...
All right, but make it... I'd even go...
We will...
Oh. No, not...
And when?
Last week.
You didn't...
It was my...
Hey, he does.
My name?
Martin Martin.
I feel like it says there's like a 70% chance or something. Isn't that weird?
You see,
Not looking for any trouble. There's no... I don't want to be...
don't let him.
Is it
Like a...
All right, but make... I'd even go...
We will...
Oh. No, not...
And when?
Last week.
You didn't...
It was my...
Hey, he doesn't reply.
My name?
Martin Martinez. Good
It
local
doesn't tell me,
name.
just 9 out of 10.
Let's go with that.
One.
No. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Oh, the rhetoric is fine. It's this one that I'm fucking up.
Time to bring out your...
Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm trolling. I was wondering because I'm like, the rhetoric number was the same every single time.
You see,
Not looking for any trouble. There's no trouble. I don't want to...
don't let him.
Is it...
Like a...
All right, but make it quick. I'd even go...
We will remove the...
Oh. No.
And when?
Last week.
You did...
It was my...
Hey, he does.
My name?
Martin Martinez.
No. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains.
Hey, listen. Lower your voice. I'm just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet again somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butt sailing
But,
over the railing.
hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's helping us. I think.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
Maybe this one.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
Maybe.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments, and the man can be in any of them.
Oh shit, how are we gonna find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Yeah, do you not like that? Is that too stereotypical for you? Go down the left arm. There's some boots here. Wonder if anybody would leave any money in their boots. Perfect. Just like I would be. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, and if we have to ask anybody. What an instrument. Wait, I don't know. Was he French? Or I think our detective friend is French. Oh, no, that's everyone is kind of French because I don't know why, but there is, you're right, everybody is like speaking with all this different French shit. Equip the chain cutters and examine them.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Let's take a look at it.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Time for a little snip snip.
You seem committed to it, so go on.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
We're allowed to do whatever the fuck we want. We got the gun. You didn't tell me to take the pry bar. You told me to take the chain cutters. Ner. How do I even like get in? I can't like see what's in here. Okay. A bullet and a shirt. No, crap, I did not mean to do that. Treasure. They say head back out of the room, and just as you pass the arch, you go under. Check the box for some money. Check another small box just ahead for some money. Oh, this is the arch. Who are you?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier, which has the rich lady in it.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull.
Bitch.
What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Come on, Cindy. Just answer some questions, okay?
Ask away, pigman. But I don't promise to answer.
Despite this ass, she puts the brush aside.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
She studies the wall, suddenly pensive. I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
Oh shit. I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
He said, studying the contents of Cindy's
What
bucket.
did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, piggy boo.
Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, ungulate. We've got eyes on you.
Oh my gosh, almost 2 real there. Like, that's so big. One is blue and one is green. Electrochemistry, but less reaction speed. They make me hot and cool, but they don't. They're too tight. Oh my gosh, all the money, big. It sucks I can't click these dots yet. So like we're researching this, let's see, it's probably here. Over time as we like just play the game, we're at 18%. Just as like time goes by in the game world, that's how it researches, so. That's what we're trying to do right now. We need to get that. So it says come on back in here. My second healing item. Yeah, this is nice being able to hit tab and see where the outlines are, because now I can like know if I'm gonna miss anything. I don't just have to freak out like hovering over every single thing in the game. It's interesting that they made me do check the bucket. Wow. It's so crazy. I mean, I played through the game, you know, a little bit before, and I didn't go in any of these buildings, I swear. I don't think at all, like, and I was trying to be, like, exploring and stuff. I can't punish this kid yet, are you serious? Little punk ass. You have to tell me when you get close to falling asleep so I can take a little break. I think this is the bookshop, right? I need to get a map of the city still. Surely this is it.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Storekeep, tell me about these Muscle Man books.
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Sounds good. Which one should I start with?
What does it matter? They're all the same.
She rolls
However,
her eyes and
the
fiddles with her
customer is
pendant.
always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hjelmdalaman, the man from Hjelmdal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
I want to buy the Human book.
Oh yes, certainly. Another good sale.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Use the interact button in inventory to inspect the book.
The cover of this tattered paperback features the man from Yelmdar, standing atop a pile of bloody corpses. His two Zweihanders are crossed over his massive...
Fuck. I can run. Are you shitting me, dude? What a fool I was for not thinking to save before I went into every single building and every single encounter in every game. Another game.
The display rack.
Oh, blood and violence. Scan. What does it matter? If you're a novice. Oh yes.
You've acquired an interactable item.
It says equip your white satin shirt. Oh wait, no, equip your, I'm sorry. Open your inventory.
The cover of this tattered paperback
Here we go.
features the man from Yelmdar, standing atop a pile of bloody corpses. His two Zweihanders are crossed over his massive chest in a dramatic X, their blades dripping with gore.
Those Zweihanders are like a two-handed sword, so he's wielding two two-handed swords. Hell yeah.
Behind him rise the harsh, snow-capped peaks of his native Northlands. In bold red letters, the title, Hjelmdalaman, the man from Hjelmdal, unfurls like a banner. In the foreground, a nearly nude woman lies spread in supplication, her privates strategically covered by her flowing black hair.
Boo. Read the first couple pages.
The story opens in media res. The man from Hjelmdal and his band of northern reavers are in the bowels of an ancient temple, surrounded by an army of gibbering whites, led by the deathless necromancer. One by one, the brave Northmen fall to the relentless crush of undead. only to join their number as reanimated corpses. By nightfall, only the man from Heimdall and his blood brother, noble Tyribald, are left standing against the dead horde. It is an honor to die by your side, brother, Tyribald cries, as his battle axe beheads one of their reanimated comrades.
They're in trouble now.
9, Tyribald. The man from Heimdall bellows over the army of flesh and bone. Have courage for the Northlands. For Heimdall. He leaps to the mezzanine to face the black-eyed figure, and like a mad ice bear, whirling twin Zweihanders, Sturm and Drang, he plows through the ranks of the deathless, surrounding the necromancer. And with deadly finesse, his twin blades scissor the necromancer's head from its body. The undead legions collapse like ragdolls as the dark magic leaves them, and the two Northmen stand alone in their cursed temple, where the bodies of their lost brothers litter the floors.
Skip ahead.
A few chapters later, the man from Heimdall and Tyribald are in a completely different setting, high above an arid desert, riding a pair of griffins that always seem to appear at narratively convenient moments.
Good.
This book makes a mockery of the very idea of good plotting, though something tells you coherence was never the point. The Northmen find themselves in the court of a powerful southern king, Lord Hrothgar. The old king beseeches the man from Heimdall to rid his kingdom of the Nachtherra, a subterranean clan of blind wizards who traded their souls for demonic powers. The man from Heimdall extracts a high price from the desperate king. He asks land for the homeless desert pygmies living exiled in the kingdom's borderlands. Hrothgar offers the hand of his eldest daughter instead, but the son of winter does not budge.
Hold on, why is the man from Heimdall doing any of this?
What do you mean?
Why is he doing all this?
Because the flame of justice burns bright within his chest. Because, above all, he's driven to bring honor to the name of his beloved Heimdall. Because his noble Cutlan blood lusts for glory and conquest. It cannot be denied.
Is that all?
What do you mean, is that all?
Is there anything else to his character?
He is the man from Heimdall, forged in the fury of battle. Death was his sire, and blood his dam. He had but 14 winters when he left his frigid homelands in Cutla to seek glory and honor. That is his character. He doesn't even have a real name. What is inside this man? Or is muscle and bone all he is?
Okay, but does he have any internal tension?
He is the wildest man alive.
He.
The only mortal strong enough to wield the twin Zweihanders, Sturm and Drang, whose names mean storm and...
Yes, I get that. He's strong and has big swords, but why should I care about his character?
What are you, a book critic?
I might be.
Enough. You're ruining the pacing of the story. Now where did you leave off? Ah yes. What pacing? You skip past a section detailing an elaborate banquet with many toasts, as well as the long and perilous journey from Hrothgar's keep to the ancient forest of Yesdar, where our heroes infiltrate the Nachtherra's dire hall. In the center of the great hall stands a blood altar on which a pair of Nachtherra are disemboweling a shrieking peasant, an unholy rite that empowers the Nachtherra forbidden magic. As the vile ceremony ends, the sound of steel unsheathing draws the Nachtherra's attention to a pair of cloaked figures standing in the doorway. Swiftly, the visitors toss off their cloaks and unsheathe glimmering northern steel. It's the man from Heimdall and his valiant blood brother, Tyribald.
Of course.
In an instant, the Nachtherra summon a horde of gibbering orcanoids who rush our heroes. The hall fills with the clank of blades and the screams of the dying as the floor goes slick with steaming orcanoid viscera. Oh, for fuck's sake. When the din of battle settles, only the man from Hyomdal and Terabal remain standing. Exhausted and dripping with the entrails of their foes, the two Northmen confront the foul Nactera. The man from Hyomdal's soda-like blue eyes fill with indescribable fury. For the Northlands, he cries, rushing headlong into a desperate melee.
Gotta be kidding me.
What?
This is almost the exact same as the first scene. Even the word gibbering is used twice.
In the first scene, the man from Hyomdal fought a powerful necromancer and his army of the dead. Now, he's confronting a pair of Nactera and their horde of Alkanoid thralls. The two couldn't be further apart.
Nah, that's just too silly for my taste.
The man from Hyomdal stares at you on the cover, his face fixed in grim resolve.
And now... Put on your white satin shirt.
Why does art inspire you so much? Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes. Disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
I guess I have been feeling pretty critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Half art critic, half cop.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street. You must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Okay. Actual art degree. There's but another capo type, the worst one, the most savage and brutal, the art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. -1 perception. Can't even look at this shit. So fucking funny, actually. This is a good stopping point, I think. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time.